Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. Today I'll be reviewing the S.H.Figuarts Naruto Uzumaki Narutop99 edition. Now this is the third time I'm looking at this exact sculpt of Naruto, and it is the third release from this 3.0 lineup of Naruto Shippuden figures. But basically, they have released the original one, which was the Jinchuriki Entrusted with Hope, and then the Battle Scarred one, which was a Tamashii Nations exclusive, and now the Top 99 one, which is based on a character poll that they did, as well as the art that they did for that character poll, where it had a bunch of characters in different poses, displaying the big Narutop99 banner, or with different accessories and weapons and things that they didn't have prior. And that is basically what this figure is. It's the same figure they've released before with some changed accessories and some changed paint. Now the box is a different design to the other Naruto Shippuden figures that they've done lately, and I'm not too sure about it. It does sort of fit a bit more that this is a figure outside of the main line that they've been doing with all that sort of ink style box, or more traditional styling of box. This feels more like a celebration piece, and it looks really nice. It is a standard release figure, so it is relatively inexpensive, but the loadout is quite a bit different from the Jinchuriki Entrusted with Hope, which is also why I believe they're re-releasing him, because he's such a good standard figure with great accessories and posability that he should pretty much always be available, much like the Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku. But taken out of the box, you can see what he comes with. So we've got the figure itself, we've got 4 faces, a bunch of different hands, and some pretty unique hands as well, a kunai and a Narutop99 banner. Now, we don't have the folded arms accessories, we don't have the Rasengan, and we don't have a tailed beast face. But compared to the Jinchuriki Entrusted with Hope, this is a different sort of figure. I don't really recommend this as, say, your first foray into the SHF Naruto line. But if you already have some of the other figures, and if you already have the Jinchuriki Entrusted with Hope, this is probably more for you, especially if you wanted more sort of shadow clones, but you didn't want to double up all the same accessories all the time. I think that's sort of what this was intended for, even if it does feel like you're buying the exact same figure again. Now, put on a display here is the Top 99 Naruto, and you can see he looks pretty much exactly the same as the other one. There are some slight color differences. Like the orange seems a little bit different, and the black parts of the outfit seem a little bit more matte coated. But the biggest difference are the faces, because the detail work on the faces and eyes on this figure are much, much better than the Jinchuriki Entrusted with Hope, which was already really, really good, but this is just a step up from there. But otherwise, the colors are quite similar, and when you put them side by side, you can see that they look incredibly similar to each other. It's more so just the orange is probably a little less saturated in this one, and up against the Battle Scarred one, you can definitely tell which one's which. But they are the exact same sculpt, so you can have a bit of fun with that. And realistically, it works much better with shadow clones because they are so similar in color. So again, it doesn't feel like you're buying the exact same figure. Even though we've gone through posability before, we might as well do it one more time. So there's a ball joint at the head and neck, which allows for some pretty good movement. The headband tassels can move up and down. The arms can rotate all the way around. They can butterfly forward. There is an upper arm swivel as well as an elbow bend, as well as a ball hinge at the wrist. There's a ball joint in the upper chest, which allows for some good rotation and movement. There's a floating piece at the waist. The little ninja tool pocket on his back can rotate around on a ball joint. He can do the splits. He can kick forward and back that far. It's got a bend at the knee, swivel at the thigh, and a hinge at the ankle, and a ball joint just at the end of the pants, and a toe bend. So it's the exact same articulation that the line has had so far. It's the exact same figure we've seen before, but it's just done again. It was really solid then, and it's still really solid now. It does put the One Piece line to shame constantly, but the One Piece line is getting better, so there is hope for that. But moving along, Naruto has several faces, so he comes with a standard uniquely sculpted smirking face out of the box. His eyes are very expressive and I like the look very much. He's got an eye closed, sort of like something on his cheek, looking to the side face. This is to recreate the Narutop99 artwork, where it's got a shadow clone underneath Naruto looking up at him with a hand rested on his face, and you'll see how that works shortly. He's got an eyes closed, teeth gritted smiling face, and this is a very, very good accessory. All of these faces are compatible with the other releases of this sculpt, so it is nice that you can swap them around. And lastly, he comes with a comedic face, and this is a comedic impact face. So we haven't really had a lot of impact faces at all in the S.H.Figuarts line officially. There have been a few third-party ones for the Dragon Ball line, and I think there were some third-party ones for this Naruto specifically before. But this is the first official one, as far as I know, that we've gotten, and it looks so good and pairs so well with other figures. And I'm keen to see more things like this because it's such a great idea. But with a little bit of work and swapping out a bunch of these new hands, you can get the Naruto into some really unique poses for this figure, and having two Narutos from before works wonders. So I did my best to recreate the top 99 art, and I think I did pretty good, honestly. I didn't get the bend just right on the legs, but I think I got everything else lined up pretty well. I do quite like the Naruto that's on the bottom and the way that that hand rested on his face works. It's a really cool accessory and it's pretty unique, all things considered. But I feel like this figure shines brightest when paired with other figures, like something simple like Sakura punching him. It just works so much better. The previous comedic face we had was great, but I think this one is elevated just a little bit more, especially if you have both releases. And the new expressiveness of this figure just works wonders. Like, the new smiling face is just fantastic, works beautifully. And again, you can get some pretty decent action poses out of this still, but the face options don't really suit action poses that well, which is probably why we didn't get a Rasengan or anything like that. But we did get a kunai, so it's, I don't know, it's a little bit weird. But again, you can swap faces between all these releases, so you can play around with it as you like. But that is effectively it. There's nothing that new to talk about. This is an interesting release because it is just the same figure but with completely swapped around accessories. But the new face detailing that they've done on these is so much better than before, and the ones before were already really good. So it gives me a lot of hope for all the top 99 figures, because we're going to be getting Sakura soon. Maybe by the time this video comes out, she's out, so I'm not really too sure. But she comes with a giant axe and some unique faces and some windswept hair, which will make, weirdly, one of the best figures in the Naruto line even better. And I say weirdly because, like, Sakura isn't the best in terms of the entire Naruto franchise, but had one of the best figure arts they've ever made, so it was kind of weird. But similar things happen with Dragon Ball as well, so I shouldn't be too surprised. But we're going to be getting Minato, which I think is a new sculpt. I don't think it's a re-release from the original. We're getting Itachi, which is definitely a new sculpt. And we're getting an event-exclusive Kakashi, which they haven't really shown much of his accessories beyond his new sort of weapons to match the art. So we'll see how that goes. All of these are interesting in concept. For the figures that have never had a standard release, at least for new sculpts, I do think it's a bit weird. Like, hopefully we'll get an anime colors Minato, because the top 99 colors are a bit different, same as Itachi. But as it stands, I think they'll be fine figures on their own, and they will work beautifully with each other. But that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed that video, and I will see you all next time.